Is Chris Dorner being hunted by a drone with facial recognition scanners? Chris Dorner, the ex-LAPD officer who's on the run, is being hunted by a drone, an unmanned aerial vehicle. Some reports said that falsely, allegedly, that it was an armed drone. Reports are denying that, saying that it is just an unmanned aerial vehicle surveillance drone. But I'm going to show you the evidence that they may be using a very advanced facial recognition scanning drone. Here is some old news back from 2011 that the Army was developing drones that could recognize your face from a distance. Now, of course, we have facial recognition systems on computers, cell phones, secretly put up in cities around America. The trapwire system that was discovered after the Stratfor emails were hacked. Oh, yeah, you may not be aware of this, but yes, there's a secret facial recognition system already in place in major cities around America. And they've been developing facial recognition drones. Drones that can fly through the sky, fly over crowds, and pick you out of the crowd or pick the target out of the crowd. Here is a story back from 2008 in National Defense Magazine that covers an unmanned aerial drone that has facial recognition scanners. So 2008, I mean, that's the iPhone came out in 2007. So just imagine the difference between the first iPhone and the iPhone 5. That's the difference between this facial recognition capable drone and what they have today. Now, Chris Dorner obviously hasn't surfaced recently, and this comes just a week after the #1 story in the country was the rise of the drones. And now we're using a drone to hunt the American terrorist. Here is a press release put out by a company back last year in July, explaining that they were developing or had developed a facial recognition system on a drone. So, are they using a facial recognition drone to hunt for Chris Dorner? That's not exactly speculation. It's a very realistic possibility. Of course, that would probably be top secret. The Orwellian nightmare is getting so realistic and the technology is getting ready to unroll that it's going to really freak people out. If you haven't seen it, go and check out my video for the Argus drone, the most advanced Orwellian spy drone that we have seen. That they've declassified some of its capabilities, and it is utterly creepy. This thing can hover over a city, and it can view a 15 square mile radius. I guess it's not a radius if it's a square mile. I'm still drinking my coffee this morning. But a 15 square mile area. And it can zoom in and it can see something as small as 6 inches on the ground. And that's what they let people know about. So is Chris Dorner being hunted by an armed drone? Probably not. That would, at this point, cause such an uproar. It would just be probably disastrous, but they're trying. I wouldn't be surprised in a few months or in a few years if we see these Predator drones, these armed unmanned aerial vehicles hovering around the city. So, for what it's worth, unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, also known as drones, are most likely equipped with facial recognition scanners. I mean, here we have, like I said, 2008. An unmanned aerial vehicle originally designed to detect improvised explosives can now be equipped with facial recognition technology that is aimed at helping Homeland Security officers protect the borders. Oh, really? Really? The border should have been closed after 9/11. You know, if these Al-Qaeda members wanted to sneak in and into our country, that'd probably be the perfect place to do it, especially since they're dark-skinned. But that's a whole other story. So, just a heads up. And, of course, I outlined this in my 2011 book, Big Brother, The Orwellian Nightmare Come True. You can get it in paperback on Amazon.com or in an ebook on any of the e-readers. So this is Mark Dice. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I got some man on the street videos that I'm working on, some higher quality productions as well.